fully aware of the steps taken by Governor Obaseki to frustrate the homecoming of Pastor Ize-Iyamu into APC in December 2019. You are also aware of how he moved the entire security apparatus at the disposal of the state government to try and stop Pastor Ize-Iyamu from returning to the All Progressive Congress. He convinced the Inspector General of Police to reverse an earlier directive to the Edo State Commissioner of Police to provide security cover for the rally. It is on record that, as in all his confrontations with the party, he failed to stop the rally and the wishes of Edo people prevailed. Having failed in that enterprise, he has now decided to discredit Ize-Iyamu's membership of APC. It has come to our attention that one Mr. Ben Ogumu, who led coordinator for Obaseki Shaibu Movement, OSM, were sponsored by Godwin Obaseki to address a press conference yesterday here in Benin City. For the record and for the abundance of doubt, Ben Ogumu and all those who paraded themselves as AGA chairmen are actually the coordinators of OSM, that is Obaseki Shaibu Movement. They are not officers of our party and cannot claim to function in that capacity. You see, the question I want to ask at this point is this: why is Godwin Obaseki so afraid of Pastor Ize-Iyamu? Here is a man, a city governor, who claimed to have done exceedingly very well, to the extent that the second term has become so earned, has become so deserved and non-negotiable. If you have convinced yourself that you have done extremely very well, this is the time for you to subject yourself to direct primaries so that the ordinary party man in APC could come forward to appreciate you and show you gratitude and commendation for a job well done. So we are at a loss to the utterances of Governor Obaseki few months ago to his present disposition. You see, the real problem, I believe, is just generalized fear. Generalized fear on the part of Obaseki. Fear-induced behavior that obviously has impacted negatively on his mental well-being. And I sincerely believe he needs psychotherapy. With that done, his confidence will be restored. The same Ben Ogumu was sponsored by the same governor to address the press yesterday that Pastor Ize-Iyamu is not a member of APC. The question to ask is this: is Ben Ogumu aware that the chairman of Boko Ward 5 in Oromon local government issued membership card to Pastor Ize-Iyamu? Unfortunately for the governor and his ilk, Pastor Ize-Iyamu also had the foresight to do an online registration on the membership portal of APC in accordance with Article 9, Section 1, Subsection 2 of the APC Constitution. The responsibility to validate online registration lies solely with the National Working Committee. This, of course, is beyond the comprehension of those who claim Pastor Ize-Iyamu is not a member of APC. It is tragic that Ben Ogumu ignorantly claimed that Pastor Osagie Ize-Iyamu is not a member of APC because he did not take pains to educate himself on the relevant provisions of the APC Constitution. On the subject of waiver, Article 31, Section 1, Subsection 1 refers to someone who is not a member of APC. But even at that, Article 31, Section 2 empowers the National Working Committee to grant a waiver to such a person if the need arises. In this instance, the waiver clause does not really apply to Pastor Osagie Ezeyamu. This is the correct position, and Obaseki and his OSM coordinators cannot wish away. I also want to use this opportunity to clear some doubt on the leadership of APC in Edo State. You see, administration in any organization is not by personal sentiment, it's not by personal interpretation, and it's not by what we call personal desire. It is by rules and procedure. And in APC, the rule and procedure is the party constitution. In that constitution, various organs of the party are well spelled out. Officers that make up these organs are well stated out. Provision is also made how to elect officers of these organs. And in that same constitution, there's also a provision on how to remove any elected officers from their positions. Here in Edo State, we had one Ojezua who had the privilege of presiding as chairman of this party. However, he conducted himself in such a manner as to bring the party to disrepute, ridicule, and public opprobrium. He also breached several aspects of our party's constitution. Members of the State Working Committee met and invoked the relevant section of the Constitution, passed a vote of no confidence on him, and by so doing ceased to function in that capacity as indicated in Article 17, Section 5. In today's APC, we don't have a divided house. We have one united party under the leadership of Colonel Dr. David Imuse retired. We are in a democratic environment. There's freedom of free speech. If somebody come here today on this street or in your neighborhood to say he's now the president of Nigeria, will you go and accost him? You need to go and address a press conference to debunk such claims? That is why we allow some people to dance naked in the market square. Ojezua is free to say whatever he wants to say, but he knows that he has been validly removed. And of course, he is living what you all know, a life of self-deceit. And of course, he is a jester in the court of Obaseki. So whatever he says to us is really meaningless, and that is why we don't want to respond to every statement that comes out from that axis. APC know their leaders and their representatives in Edo State. They know who is the acting chairman of APC in Edo State, and we are relating very well with our national body when it comes to party administration in this state. Thank you very much, gentlemen of the press. So, the minister is an illustrious son of Edo. He's a man for whom we have very high regard. And we also know that it's a man that is professionally sound and professionally very competent. We really advise that he should not allow mischief makers to pressurize him to the extent of tarnishing his own reputation. APC, we have no fashion. We only removed the chairman because of constitutional breaches and abuse of his office. So there's no other person that will remove from this party. Meanwhile, this same provision has been used by the same Ojezua presiding to remove officers of this party. One is Gentleman Amego, who was the spiritual leader at Dosat. The second one was Paira Hon, who was the publicity secretary of this party. The third one is Osakmawa Iriyo, who was the youth leader of the state youth leader of this party. Now that it came to his turn, why they complain? It's because somebody is putting his bills. He knows very well that he has been validly removed from office. So there is no faction. Two, the responsibility on who decides on most of primaries for presidential, national election, gubernatorial, and state House of Assembly rests squarely with the National Working Committee. It is their responsibility as provided for in the Constitution, and there's nothing anybody can do about that. They came out and told us we are going to use direct primaries. So be it. If you are a member of this party, because membership of a political party is voluntary. If you came into this party, you must subject yourself to the rules of this party, which is the Constitution. And if you are no longer comfortable with the Constitution, you also have what we call it's your own right to exit to another area where you think you can be more comfortable. So APC has come forward to tell us that the mode of primaries for this June 22nd is direct primaries. It is not for any state. There's no provision of this constitution that say a state can decide what is not here. It rests squarely with the national body. And so be it. And as I said earlier, why the noise and cry about direct primaries? If you are an aspirant who have convinced himself to the extent that he has won the mind of majority of party members, why scared? If you are a city governor who claims he has done exceedingly very well to the administration of his party and party faithfuls, this is the time to come out so that the party members will show you their gratitude for a job well done. To me, it's only the guilty that are afraid. That is rumor, because nobody can come here and say he had a meeting where we say we are going to lobby the president, and neither has the president come out to tell you that governors are lobbying me. So I will not respond to rumor, please. Direct primaries and COVID, very simple. Is it not better to have 100 people in a ward? Just 100 people, maximum 150. Membership of APC in various wards actually very few compared to the general voting population. Is it not better for you to have 100 and 150 people maintaining social distancing and wearing face mask in their villages? You just throw in, maintain a social distance, wear your face mask, and cast your ballot and walk away, than to pack 4,500 people, Edo people, moving them from Akoko Edo, from Far East Land, from Obia Southwest, in crowded buses to one central place in Benin. I think we must not be sentimental. We must not endanger the health of our people. We must not allow our personal ambition to override our good sense of responsibility. The truth must be told. Politics must be played in a convivial atmosphere, devoid of rancor and thuggery. I mean, we have come a long way. Okay.
Yes, sir. Do you have a registered member?
This will be the last question.
Yes, a registered member of the register of your party members to conduct the direct primaries. Because that's been one of the arguments.
The answer is yes. The answer is yes. You see, I told you a lot of people make their commentaries out of ignorance. As the chairman of the party in this state, I told you I relate very well with the national on issues that borders on administration of the party in the state. So those who don't know what goes on can go on air and make some insinuations And for the people that are not so well informed and are very gullible, they listen. But please, if you need any further clearance on anything that has to do with APC in Edo State, come to me. I'll give you a clearer picture.
Thank you, sir.